Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Alan, aka Zeph Films, and I am going to be doing a video. I'm going to try and do a tutorial video here to show you how to do um, video stuff in Demorecord. What we're going to do today is we're actually going to try and focus on. No, I can't zoom out enough. Try and focus on the new Jupiter class ship. I figured I'd do a quick little highlight video and show you some of the processes behind that. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter in our command, which is /demo record space, and then we'll do omega. Then hit enter. So you'll see over here in red, it says demo recording. So what it's doing right now is it's recording everything that's happening in this instance, which I've gone over before in previous, screenshot tutorials. So, I always love when I get interrupted by system stuff. There we go. And I got my buddy Tankia doing sensor analysis on me. So, okay, we got more than enough, so we're going to run the command demo record _ stop. And hit enter. Depending on how long you let Demorecord run for, it could take a while for it to actually save the file, but we should be good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to exit out of the game and load this file that we just created up into Demorecord and go from there. Alright, so next thing that we're going to be doing is going to be looking for the demo file. So I'm going to show you where that is real quick. Should be under whatever hard drive or partition you installed Star Trek Online to. Then go to your program files, and this is for ARC. I run it through ARC, just to let you all know. So perfect work. Then Star Trek Online. Then Star Trek. Here, live and playtest. Playtest is Tribble, so if you do screenshots or demo record files in Tribble, it'll be under playtest, but we were on holodeck, so we're going to go to, and then we're going to go, and the file that we created is right here, omega.demo, and then there's, I made this one yesterday. I'm actually going to use this way because there wasn't a lot of ships cluttering it, so we're going to go with that one. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to load up the file. This is the way I do it. There's a separate tool called the Rachel Garrett tool, which I really haven't used at all, but this is the way that I do things. So you're going to click the options, scroll down, and then in the command line, so you're going to do dash demo play, and then hit the space bar, and then enter in your file name, and it has to have the extension at the end of it. So I'm using up here JUP, which is short for Jupiter.demo, and then click save, and then click engage. And we'll be back once I get loaded back into STO. So once you're loaded and in, it's going to automatically start playing. And the best thing to do is just wait for it to play until pause. Alright, so I had a little bit of a snafu there. That's just, I get weird errors myself because I'm currently running resolution at 1920 by 1080 on a monitor that does 2560 by 1080. And whenever I get a separate pop-up that shows up in STO, it actually causes things to be off-center a bit. Like, I think everything is good now. Yeah, everything is good. Alright, so for my previous tutorials, F2 button. Oh, hold on, we're going to press back. Press play for a couple of seconds, let all the graphics load, pause. Alright, so F2 lets you move. I'm pressing and holding the right mouse button so I can free look around. So there's a herald ship. There's a couple of Jupiter ships here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some awesome screenshots here. Or sorry, not screenshots, but we're gonna queue ourselves up for some really good shots. So let's line this thing up. So I typically like to do nice sweeping shots that are up close and personal. So let's start with this nacelle. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go start over here. This is where the lighting is the best. I'm gonna move out. Tilde key brings up the command console, and then / FOV, FOV20. Which changes the field of view, makes things look a lot bigger, more proportionate. And then we're going to move in on this. Should be good here. Alright, actually, I'm going to move down and in. Alright, so you want to click the X on the camera path editor. Now, this is where you lay your paths. You click Add Path, and there is a bunch of different options here. I always do everything in Easy Path. I really haven't taken the time to learn the other ones yet, but whatever. So you're going to lay down your first point, which will be point 1. Now, the two things to really concern yourself with as you're laying down camera paths is time and hold. Time is at what time you want the path to, or what time you want the camera to be at that particular point by. So because this is the first one, it's not going to start moving until 0. But you want to give yourself a bit of a buffer to allow all the graphics and stuff to load up. So I have it paused right now at 3.790 seconds. So we're going to put the hold at 3.790 and then click out of it. So that what that means is that camera is going to stay at this exact point for up until 3.79 seconds. And then it's going to start moving to its next point, which is what we're going to lay down. So what I want to do is a sweeping shot down the length of the nacelle to about here. We're going to add the point. So it automatically calculates time. This is the tricky part when you get into the really complex multiple camera point scenes when you're trying to work it in with a song. So if you have a song that is 2 minutes long and you have Um, a bunch of different scenes you got to work in your timing, and math is kind of required here. What I like to do is I like to make these sweeping shots slow, because right now this path it's going to take 1 second to get from point 1 to point 2. So once the timer hits 3.79 seconds on, it's going to release from point 1 and get to point 2 in 1 second. That is the default that it's giving me here. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to click save, hit back, redo my field of view, press play, just holding, 3.7 goes, done. So that is really, really quick. So what we're going to do is select point 2. Don't play with this one too much. Like path move time, you could play with that. This tells you the total length of your entire path. So that path is actually 0.9th of a second long, which is really, really quick. So if you're just doing, I want to go from point 1 to point 2, and I want the thing to last 20 seconds, then you can, you got to keep in mind that your hold time at the beginning buffer is 3.79 seconds. So if you want 20 seconds worth of footage, you got to go 23.79. And then click out of that. So now it's going to, oh wait, I did that wrong. 20 seconds. See, even I get confused sometimes. Good Lord. Alright, so it's going to hit the second point at 24.58. So we're going to scroll up, save, click back. We can get rid of the camera path editor for now. Everything is still there, it's just you're hiding it, essentially. We'll press play. At 3.79 seconds, it's going to start moving. Slow. It's a little bit choppy just because I'm probably running fraps at the same time. But what I would typically do is, as soon as I hit play, I hit my capture button for fraps, so I start capturing it. Pause. Let's go back. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one extra thing to it. I'm going to go /render scale 2. I wouldn't, you can try 3, it might bugger up your computer a lot, but render scale 3 gives it a lot more yeah, let's play. And sometimes there's going to be a bit of chop to the actual video. There's not too much you can do about it. The only thing I can maybe think of is if we go into here and we make our path move time 30 seconds. Let's try that. Save. And we go back and play. Get rid of this. See if that smooths it out a bit more. Little bit. So another thing that you could have happen to you while you're doing Demorecord is the game will decide to crash on you. It happens. It sucks. Whatever. Best thing to do is just restart. As long as you're in the same file and you've actually saved the path, you should be good. Pause, back, play, pause, camera path. Alright. V20. Alright, I am going to try and capture this without my voice, so be back 1 second. Alright, so I got my shot. And so now that I'm done with that, I'm somewhat happy. We'll see how it looks like once I get it up in Sony Vegas Pro for editing later. So I'm going to delete that path, save it. I'm going to move myself back to render scale 1 so I can look around a bit easier. Hit the F2 button. Alright, let's do... What do you think our next shot should be? I like to do creative shots. I really do. Let's try that shot. So what we're going to do, we're going to do multiple points on this one. So camera path editor, add path, easy path, make sure we're still at, okay, now we're at field of view 20. Now look, this looks good in my brain. Just go transparent for a second, make sure we're keyed up in the frame. That should be good. Not doing anything crazy professional here, so. Alright, so we're gonna go, actually, let's go back, play, and pause. Alright, we're gonna hold till 3.398 seconds. And then then we're going to figure out why this isn't working. Oh. There we go. Alright, so we're going to move in. I'm going to go to about here. At another point. We'll worry about the timing later. Add another point. Add another point. Add another point. Add points. Add points. Add a point. Alright, let's save. This now, I already have a feeling that this might be too fast, but trial and error. There's going to be a lot of this when you try and do this kind of stuff. Swoop in, down the side. Yeah, that was a little quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to go path move time. We're going to up it to 20 seconds. So when you change the path move time, again, it's going to automatically change. It's automatically going to change the values of each of your point timing for you. So my first time doing I think the most points that I had in a video is about 52 camera points, if I remember correctly. I don't remember which scene it was, or which video it was for that matter. But I went through and was trying to do everything point by point, trying to figure out all the timing. It took a while. So we're going to save. Let's get rid of this camera path editor. I'm going to press back and play. Let's see how it looks. open, down the side. J.J. Abrams lens flare. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Here, pause it there. And I'll be back 1 second while I do a separate capture of this. Excuse me. Alright, so I got my shot. We'll delete, save. F2 so I can move around again. There we go. You know what? I think from here, I'm going to do a screenshot. So let's get rid of this for a sec. And you know, the ship ain't that bad looking. Not bad looking at all. Let's get this. It's a little big though. Ha! In before, that's what she said. Yeah, I know. I really want to get that sun in there though. Whatever. Alright, so let's crank the render scale. Render scale 3, then / screenshot. Yeah, let's just do screenshot. I'll save it as a TGA. Alright, let's dump the render scale back to 1. Alright, let's do another. I'm going to do one more shot with y'all. This is the other problem, is sometimes I lose the ship that I was working with. There you are. So let's do a top bottom shot. So we're going to go that way with it, which I think looks totally badass. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we're going with this. Alright, so camera path, add a path, easy path, add a point. Let's hold this point, scroll down, hold to 3.97, because I know that value is good. And then I'm just going to use, to move the camera around, by the way, I should have said this right at the beginning, but it's also stated in my other how-to videos. WASD is what you use to move the camera around. So I have a near perfect down camera angle on the Jupiter ship, so I don't want to mess with that, so I'm just going to press the A, which is move to the left. And I'm going to add my point right here. I'm going to change my, let's set the path time to 20. Let's see how choppy this will be. I want a nice fluid shot. Alright, so let's save. Turn this off, click back, play. Little choppy. But I can work with this. I'm going to go back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the camera path time to 30 seconds, just to slow it down a bit more. If I find that it's too slow, worst case scenario is I can always speed it up in Sony Vegas Pro, which is another thing that I'll talk about after this. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. There's a bit of chop to it, but again, this is more just to show the inner workings of Demorecord and all that jazz. Pause. There we go. Alright, I'm going to be back 1 second while I take a separate recording of this. Alright, I got my shot. Let's go to camera path. Let's delete this point. Let's... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Delete path, then save. Close camera path. I wonder if there's any other shots that I can do that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, a little bit about me. This is a hobby. I do not do this professionally, so I don't know all the technical terms and all that stuff. Ooh, you know what? I got a good idea for a shot. Really good idea for a shot. Yeah, I've been doing this for about, in STO specifically, I've been doing this for about a year and a half now. So it's really just a hobby. I started off just doing videos for my fleet, and it's kind of grown into something a little bit more, which is totally fine. I love doing these things. The hardest part, one of the hardest parts, is finding the correct music to go with it. I can't really explain how I choose or how to pick the correct music for the correct video kind of thing. There's time. How do I put this? The longest that I've taken to pick out a song was 2 weeks, and I finally found one, and I got the chills, and I'm just like, you know what, this is it. So, but yeah, so video programs that you use to compile your videos into. I personally use Sony Vegas Pro. It's just, I was doing research and found out that that is that is one of the better ones to use. There is Adobe Premiere, which I have, but I have not used yet. I think I've heard other people use Windows Movie Maker. Thing with Windows Movie Maker, the thing with it is it's very basic. Like it'll get the job done for sure. The one thing it lacks is all the different plugins and different transitions and different things that you can do. Like, for example, in Sony Vegas Pro, you can render at 60 frames per second, whereas in Windows Movie Maker, I don't think you can. Somebody can correct me on that if I am wrong. But yeah, Sony Vegas Pro is it's just something that I prefer personally, and yeah. Ooh, this is a nice shot. I like this a lot. Yeah, we're gonna use this shot. I am a huge fan of these slow panning shots. Love them, love them, love them, love them, love them. All right, we're gonna. All right, so I got my shot. All right, let's go to. What else? I don't know what else to focus on this ship, and I'm trying to make this video kind of as quick as possible. It's really, for me personally, it's a little bit hard to explain these things. It's a lot of my learning has come from trial and error, and oh yeah, yeah, from trial and error. So too much background ships. Yeah, sorry, lots of trial and error. I'm just focusing there for a second, and lots of reading. I'm more of a hands-on learner though, so it's yeah, it's hard for me to teach these kind of things, but I hope this video has somehow maybe explain things a little bit better for you. Um, I'll try my best to clear up any questions, maybe redo a video upon clearing up certain parts or whatever, but yeah, that is gonna end it for me. I'll have a little video with everything that we captured here compiled and maybe put a little bit of music with it and maybe some title stuff with it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this and I'll see you around. Thanks. Bye.